Hi, my name is Geoff Stiles. I'm a elementary school teacher from Salmon Arm, BC, Canada. I've had retinitis pigmentosa I got diagnosed in 2009, so that's 15 years. But I started seeing signs of RP since 2004. And I've been seeing Dr. Yu since 2012, so the last 12 years. So when I was diagnosed, obviously it was big news in my family, and our family's attached to a bunch of family friends, and luckily, and of course they're all talking about me having RP, and I was also losing vision really rapidly at that time. And one friend has a friend who's a naturopath, and he was in Vancouver at a conference and saw Dr. Yu speak at the conference, and so immediately told our friends, who told my parents, who told me, and then I found him online. Back then there was no testimonials from patients, but Dr. Yu had a short video on there talking about RP and how they treat it. So I came down as soon as I could to have my first treatment. Yeah, so I was very lucky. When I first came down, I had immediate response to the treatment. I lay down in room 2 and I had 4 needles around my belly button for about an hour, and I sat up, and as soon as the light went on, the whole world looked different. So it was pretty easy for me to believe in Dr. Yu and his treatments because I saw immediate benefits right from the very first treatment. And that first week of treatments, I gained back an incredible amount of vision. So it was pretty easy for me to believe because it was happening to me in real time. I do understand, though, that lots of people come here with a lot of doubts because everybody who's been diagnosed by a Western doctor has been told there is nothing you can do. There's no cure. There's no treatment. There's no hope. Move on with your life, and eventually probably you'll go blind. So, we do trust Western doctors, of course, because that's who told us we have RP, but there is other sides to health and to medicine, happily. And although there's no cure yet, there's a lot of options for treatment here. And everybody that I see come here makes huge gains. So it's very easy to trust because we come down and we all gain vision back. When I was diagnosed in 2009, that's all I felt was fear. And about going blind, because I was told that's what was going to happen. I was diagnosed 45 blocks from here at St. Paul's Hospital. That's where I got diagnosed. And at that time, he said, there's nothing I can do, no hope, so move on with life. So yeah, of course, I was losing vision quite rapidly, and it was not a very positive period for me or my family from 2009 to 2012. But once I came here, all of that went away. Yeah, 180 degrees different. You go from having no hope and expecting to go blind to getting vision back. I got my driver's license back, stabilizing your vision, and that's now 12, 13 years. I've been completely stable in my vision. In fact, I've improved on the visual field test numerous times. I've had to do the functional driving test twice and passed it without any problems whatsoever. So I feel confident driving my family. I'm the primary driver for my 2 kids and my wife. So yeah, a complete change. You go from nothing to feeling like you have control over RP. Even though it's obviously still trying to advance, you have a way of putting a block on it and even gaining some vision back. So that's why I come here every 6 months, just to maintain and not let RP grow, more. Yeah, I played around a little bit with the length of time between treatments. When I first came, I came every 3 months, and again, I'm very lucky. The town I live in is only a 5-hour drive from here, so I'm not coming nearly as far as most people who come to Dr. Yu now. So I'm lucky in that it's close and it's easy for me to get here. That being said, I have played a little bit with trying to lengthen the time. So I came every 3 months for the first year and a half. And then I moved to 5 months, and then I moved to 6 months, and then I went to 8 or 9 months. And I found for me, with my vision and my job, which being a teacher, there's a lot of eye work. You're working in a very busy environment, and there's a lot of marking to do and report cards to write. So you're on screens and looking at things a lot. And even though I teach outdoors, which helps, it's still a very busy job. So for me, 8-9 months was a little bit too much. There was a bit more of a dip down in my vision, or my blind spots got a little bit bigger and it was harder to get them back. So for me, coming every 6 months is kind of the sweet spot for not losing too much vision and being able to gain it back right away, and then staying strong again for another 4 or 5 months before I feel like I need to come back. That being said, for folks who can't get here every 6 months for obvious reasons, cost of traveling here from all over the world, taking the herbs has been helpful for a lot of people. Also doing the eye exercises and hand exercises and these new kind of more body exercises that Kathy is teaching us. I found the eye exercises particularly helpful for me to maintain my vision once I leave here, if I can't get here in those 6 months. So even when you're not coming for treatment, they provide you with things you can do just in your own life to maintain your vision, which is great.